not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Alright. Oh, and that's the way you go around it. Anyway, hi, I am the Twisted Goblin. I am here for your news, reviews, some thoughts I have about random things, mostly gothic stuff. Well, sometimes I keep on topic, sometimes I don't. I am here, the madness itself, the Twisted Goblin. I don't go with the system. I go against it a few times. Like, you know, that's mostly society, because the system and societies are different things. Anyway, so society doesn't like the Resident Evil movies. They despise it. Sure, there's some, you know, people that are going against the grain. A lot of times, the Resident Evil movies, there are a lot more, you know. There's a lot more that liked it enough to make lots more movies about Resident Evil till the final chapter. Evil will end. We have all of the Resident Evil movies. 7, I think it was, I don't know, Inside Out, but I do have them, and I have I have 3 double. I have like the collection from 1 to 4, then I have the collection to 1 to 6, then I have the complete collection, then I have them a few apart. I have the 4th one, then I have the steel version. I am a fucking big fan of the Resident Evil movies, if you could not tell by that. I'm also a big fan of Milla Jovovich. I even like her in the Hellboy reboot, one of the Hellboy reboots. She was the character. I liked her in that. There is lots of other movies that she is in. She was in The Fifth Element. There she was big. People loved her in that. So there is no big. She has a family. She has like 3 other girls. I also saw a picture with her mother recently, because I follow her Instagram as well, and she looks a lot like her mother, and and her daughters look also a lot like her. So their family is really looking a lot alike. What is also for her that she has like all this thing, the family that keeps on going. Lots of girls, now that I'm thinking about it, in her family. I mean, maybe she hasn't been around, but all I see is what she has on Instagram. Anyway, so the news dropped on her Instagram that she's gonna be in a new movie. I was like, holy moly, she is gonna be in a movie again? Oh, lovely. And she's like so excited. Resident Evil, she is gonna be in another movie. Not just any movie. A fucking zombie movie. So she's gonna go to her roots of Resident Evil style action, or maybe she's not, because some people think it is a new Resident Evil movie. It isn't. I thought maybe it was Resident Evil, Twilight of the Dead. Maybe that's the fucking byline, because she called the Twilight of the Dead, but I saw in some Resident Evil group that I do Facebook that I should not be on, but because I get lots of hate because I like the Resident Evil movies. And so there are some that's like, oh no, no. I'm like, we had the 7 movies. I love all the Resident Evil movies, but it had an ending, and I like the ending. I like the ending, like the cure, but it's gonna take a while till the cure is all over the so they cure the fucking zombie virus. But it's airborne, but it's gonna take a fucking while till it's all over the world. So there are some zombies left. So you could tell some story there, but I don't see why you would. We have movies, we have the story. I would still watch it if they did it, but if it's for her. But it's like, I think it finished. Sure, Wesker went out like a pussy at the end that I hated, because I like the Wesker of that. He always come back somehow. He's always this badass. Then somehow he got stuck on her door and had a grenade. Could you not, like, here's 4 grenades, kill him like that? Or I felt like he deserved a better ending than that. But besides Wesker's death, I fucking much love the whole franchise of the Resident Evil movie. It's what got me into the zombie stuff. So apparently, the Twilight of the Dead is a script that was created by somebody that died in 2017. He died, rest his soul, and So his script is still going, and now they're gonna relaunch it with somebody else. That's gonna be what could be good, and what I heard about it is good, but I have lots of trust. Milla Jovovich, Milla is glad to have to go with her, go with the director, go with the thing. So if she has trust in it, I give it surely a chance. Because Milla is in it doesn't mean like Nicolas Cage does millions of movies, and some are good, some are not. It happens. So it could be that this is one of Milla's movies that is not gonna be good. But she is in it, so I'm always gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a right shot right between the eyes. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I really want to. And I'm all for this. Her being, it's all the news we got, like she announcing this thing, some reports going on thing. But because of the two sites I saw, like Twilight of the Dead, and I saw somebody like a new Resident Evil, so I was so confused that I went searching. And I don't do that much because there is not that much information yet about this movie. We only got that it's confirmed that she's gonna play and she's gonna be with this director and like this stuff. There is a few things confirmed, but because this is Milla and people, not everybody likes the Resident Evil movies. Because of that, the internet is not gonna talk about it as much. The internet is gonna be low, and if they're gonna talk about it, it's probably not gonna be that positive. And because I'm the positive guru himself, because I'm more a positive gothic guy, I'm gonna say it's gonna be fine. I didn't see a trailer yet, and why I do a video about it is because I'm a big fan of Milla. So and because I was curious, and being the Twilight of the Dead. Apparently, there's also some movies already. I've seen a poster of the 80s kind of thing. So is this a reboot? I don't fucking know. I saw some rumors that this is the last chapter of this whole thing, Twilight of the God conclusion. He died in 2017, and he read it, Twilight of the Dead, the conclusion. So this is a conclusion. So the Twilight of the Dead had a conclusion, apparently. That's what I got from it, from this article, and he didn't like it, so he was already writing a new script for a reboot, so for the last movie, and he wanted to do it justice. So he had a script ready. He didn't finish it, but he was done. So now there needs to be and they want to finish this in his honor, the thing. And because Milla is involved, some people are not gonna like it because the last zombie movie was Resident Evil, and they didn't stick to the source material at all. But just like Resident Evil, I have no idea what Twilight of the Zombies is. I don't know anything about the original version of the Twilight of the Zombie. But just like the Resident Evil movies, I feel like I'm gonna keep my eyes off the fucking what the original was and just watch this version. And after that, if I like it, I'm gonna go see. Maybe it gets me the because I like Resident Evil, the franchise. I've been loving the lore about Resident Evil games, about the thing. Resident Evil Village is amazing, gothic masterpiece. I love it, fully. I like the lore, but I like Wesker in the games are awesome. At least he changes into a freaking mutated zombioid. A monster, so that's awesome. It's fucking weird that Wesker didn't do it in the movie. It's like become this monstrosity. Seeing how over the top Resident Evil movies could be, like holy shit, that was awesome. Seeing it's insane that he didn't become this monster. Seeing how this universe of a Resident Evil franchise was in the movies, very weird. Anyway, so I'm very, very keeping my eyes very close to this whole thing. because I like fucking some zombie movies. Some more than others. TV shows is like 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 The Walking Dead. Sure, I like it for some snaps, but I get tired of it after fucking 2 seasons or 3 seasons because I feel like it's a lot of the same. It starts to get fucking annoying. And Resident Evil felt like this action-packed going on and still have lore in its thing and still have this beautiful story going on. By the ending, it make all fucking sense, and I like fucking ending. Sure, there are some details I would have done different, and there are like Wesker is one of the biggest detail I would have done very different. As it's ending, seeing how big Wesker is in the franchise. So I would have done that differently. But besides that, I'm pretty fine with what we got. So I hope the Twilight of the Dead will be great. We don't know if it's gonna be over the top like the Resident Evil movies are, or it is gonna be very grounded. That she's gonna be more The Walking Dead style, like she's gonna go from point A to point B, trying to survive. Maybe this Last of Us vibe going on of her with her daughter, or was that another movie? I also heard she's gonna play a mother on something. She's gonna play a mother that's with her child surviving. I could have mixed that with another because it's Milla. She does lots of more movies than you would think. Some I probably have not seen yet. But some are more interesting than others. Some are like, oh, gonna watch this. You know, I'm a fan of her. I'm gonna watch this. She is here, and I do this on my list, and then I forget about it. I have that sometimes. But anyway, so I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to what she's gonna do on the Twilight of the Dead. Have you ever heard about Twilight of the Dead? Because I didn't. Till I heard this announcement and got so confused that I had to go find information about it. Because like, Twilight of the Dead, is this a Resident Evil movie? Or is this gonna be another movie? I thought it was first another movie, but then because of Facebook, I found out, it's like, wait, was it Resident Evil Twilight of the Dead? Would also make sense. So I was very confused on that point, but I'm like, no, don't do that. I mean, I would still watch it because I'm a very big fan, but I would not want my ending. I like the ending we got. I like the ending. Though, you know, the Saw franchise, also one of my favorite franchises ever. Spiral was a stupid spin-off. That was tragic, but I'm glad with Saw X, they took it back to the roots that I really love about Saw. The emotions that it got, but still having the traps, the more better, like personalized version. Saw X was perfect fucking thing that they've done after they've actually finished so much. So I'm like, yes, this is what I like. So when if Resident Evil did something like that, I would still watch it because I'm like, yes, because I know they can do it, even though like they can do it if they really can work. But another zombie movie with her, I'm all for it, man. So yeah, I will see if my opinion about this sticks around when I see the trailer. I will do another videos on some point about this. I feel like it's too much close to my heart, the Resident Evil franchise, how I got into it. It's so she in another zombie project. Of course, I'm gonna keep a closer eye on this than I do with her other projects. Anyway, I am the Twisted Goblin, and I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Goodbye, good night. Also, Wesker was actually like somehow a bit the first that got me into the gothic scene as well. I mean, a small piece of it, but he was a piece of it nonetheless. I mean, his look, come on, man. Wesker, so badass looking. I always wanted to look like him. I was even for a second wanted to get blonde hair with Wesker and Spike from Buffy. Felt like I should do that on some point. I didn't. Good for my hair and good for my beard. A blonde beard would not Has anybody actually blonde beard? Anyway, goodbye, good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.